Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In this one guys, I have the MacBook Neo here. It doesn't really matter if it's a MacBook Neo, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro. Alright, so as I said, I'm demonstrating on the Neo and it works just the same across all of these devices on the latest update. So what you want to do from here guys is I'm going to show you how to add a user. Now of course you can add a user. This is my user, which is my primary account, is an admin account. But what if you want to allow somebody to use your Mac, but you do not want them to have access to your main profile or the admin profile? Now you have two options. You can create a totally new profile. So let's say you have two kids and they're using the same MacBook. You can have two profiles, one for the main user and one for the secondary user. You can also add a guest account if somebody uses your device at random. So you can actually make sure that as a part of the guest account, they can actually use the PC without using or messing up your primary account or having access to your private files. Let's log in. All right, so now that we're logged in order to create a new user, we're gonna go here, we're gonna tap on start. We're gonna go to the second option that says system menu. So we're gonna go here to this menu. You're gonna scroll down, you can look for where it says user and groups. All right, so here we are. You can see my main account, which is the admin account. And let's say, for example, the easiest thing to do would be to add a guest account. So I can turn on the guest account. It's off. Now, let me show you how to add a new user. So you can add a group or add a user. Most people, they're going to need to add a user. And of course, it will verify you. So go ahead and enter your password. All right, once your password is entered, we're going to hit unlock. And there you go. This is the main profile information. What type of account do you want to create? We're going to say admin. Admin means that this account will have the privileges to change critical stuff on the PC. Standard account is second to an admin. They'll have limited ability to change stuff, but more control. And then there's a sharing account. For most cases, a standard account is required unless you know what you're doing. Admin account, the main account can remain as an admin. So I would suggest a standard account. Enter a name, any name. It can be the person's name. The account type, you don't have to place that in. So this will be used for the home folder. Password, you're going to add a password here. It's going to verify the password. You're going to leave a hint. And of course, once you're finished, you're going to go ahead and hit create. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to hit cancel. For a guest account, what you can actually do here for the guest account is, as you can see here, you can go ahead and tap. Now, for the guest account, it's a little bit easier. It's kind of an account that's just there. So you see the username is guest. Allow guests to log in to this computer. So for example, it says enable the guest user account. Now I suggest that you only use the guest account only if you specifically need a guest account. So for example here, you can say allow guest account to log in. So what you gotta do is turn this feature on. This is a security feature, limit this type of website. You can read it. And of course, it says allow guest users to connect to a share folder. I'm not going to use the share folder, so I'm going to hit OK. All right, so it's as easy as that. And notice here, the only thing it's allowed to do is log in only. So the guest user, which can be turned on and off, will not have a password. So it's just a quick user profile to allow others to use your device. Do not leave it on unless there are specific cases where you need to allow somebody to use your device. I'm just showing you here. And of course, add user would be the better option, as you can always password lock that user. So of course, I've turned on the guest account just to show you as a secondary account. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to lock screen. All right, so now that we're on the lock screen, the guest account is all right guys, so here we are in terms of the new guest user. Excuse me. So as you can see here, we have a guest user now. All right, in case the guest user or the new user doesn't appear, all you gotta do is make sure you log out of the primary account. In case you do not know how to do that, let me show you how to do that quickly. All right guys, in case it was not appearing, go here and hit logout. All right, and I'm going to choose logout. And once you hit logout, if the new user doesn't appear, you can hover around here. It should appear. If not, restart the PC. There's a power option up here. You can do a total shutdown, then restart, and of course the guest user is gonna appear. And let me show you that the guest user does appear. This computer will be restarted. The browser only system for guest users. I'm going to restart. Let me come back when it's back up. All right, so we're back up. It says information for guest user and Mac. It shows you different information. All right. All right, so here you are. If you don't see the guest user, simply hover over the account. The main account that you see, the second one will pop out. All right, go to guest. All right, guys, so this is actually the guest account. It gives limited access. For example, you can simply close it out. You can create new tabs. You can browse and so on. So it's like a control environment, and another option to give others access to your device. So it gives them limited access. Whenever they're finished, they can actually exit or exit out. When they're finished, they can restart or shut down. All right, guys, so that's it. As I said, just simply only use guest users if you specifically need it. If you do not need it, go back and turn it off. And if you just need a another account for somebody that's in the same house, for example, you have 2 kids, 1 PC, go ahead and create a new user. It's best to create a new user. It will give you another secondary functional account on a new user. Guest is simply a limited browser that allows users to access the browser, but it's still another user without giving access to your main account. So just wanted to tell you the difference between that. So go ahead and create a new user. Only use guest if you want to give limited access to a browser window. All right, so hope that was useful. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.